Hey guys, Owen Lee here. How's it going? What is going on? Brand new video for you, and in this video we're going to be looking at XRP, what the prices are and what the future price possibly is or will be. So let's have a quick look at the markets. Total market cap at the moment is $215 billion with Bitcoin dominance of 53.6%. And yeah, Bitcoin has sort of taken down 1.13% on 30-day, but up 0.84 on the 24-hour. And XRP, obviously, we're down a little bit now, 11% or 11.9% on the 30-day, and up 1.2 on the or 1.02 on the 24. So obviously we've seen a bit of a correction after the X Rapid launch from Swirl, so that has come down a little bit. But overall, let's have a little look at what Bitcoin is doing, because as we know, that affects us greatly. So yeah, it's obviously quite bearish across the board. However, we really are getting to this crunch point now. You know, there's been lots of hype on the market about where it's going, what it's going to be doing, and we're just going to have a very quick little look at that. So we really are getting pushed into this little squeeze point here now, and this has got to do something within the next couple of days. You know, by Tuesday, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if something happens today, tonight, or certainly as the markets open early hours across the sort of China and all that lot. I reckon by the morning, like 24 hours from now, we could see some massive movement in Bitcoin, and of course that drives the rest of the markets. So you know, we really are being squeezed in here, and you know, we had this big, certainly one of the biggest candles of the year, with this, you know, massive sell-off, bringing it back down into the price range. And you know, there's a lot of heightened speculation over this break-in bearish. You can't deny that. You know, all we've got to do is look at the trends. We've been in a bearish market now for 10 months or so. So yeah, we've just got to roll with it, I'm afraid, guys. But what we have here at the moment, you know, is a real squeeze coming into this area here. Now, you know, what's going to happen? It's anyone's game. You know, we are seeing just minor movements. I mean, crikey, there is just no volume at all at the moment, none whatsoever. And any volume that, you know, there is, as we can see, there is bearish. You know, the bearish volume that's marked in here is certainly outweighing, you know, the bulls. So everything would suggest that we are going to see this break, you know, downwards, which is going to be a real shame. But that's the way it is. You know, I'd love to see it break up. Anyway, XRP, US dollar technical analysis. Money flows into the market as bears wait for the hang and pray. Yeah, that's certainly the way that a lot of people are feeling. You know, all we've got to do is obviously what I've just talked about. You know, the market's breaking downwards, breaking to the bears. You know, how is that going to affect XRP? Obviously, we saw some really great gains over the last sort of month and a half after XRP was or Ripple launch, or X Rapid even. You know, we saw, you know, over 100% gains, or nearly 100% gains there. We are starting to see corrections now, but you know, we all know that this thing is going to take off, especially when we get the next bull run. You know, this is just going to skyrocket. Now, there's been a lot of information flying around about this 589. You know, that XRP is going to go to 589 a coin. Oh, keep your feet on the ground, guys. You know, I have XRP. I hodl. I would absolutely love for this thing to go to 589, because it would make me very wealthy. Certainly a lot wealthier than I am now, and you know, me and my family will be set for life. However, you've got to take these things with a little bit of a pinch of salt, and you know, not to deflate anyone's bubble. I would be immensely so happy if it did, but let's be realistic and say, you know, in order for it to get up to that kind of you know, money flowing in, that would take something. It really would, because this thing would certainly become the number one coin. It would kick Bitcoin off of the king spot, and this would take the crown. Now, obviously, as we know, things like this can happen. I'm not denying that they can happen. However, I just can't see it. Whether I'm being very narrow-minded or not, I just can't let myself get that excited over something that's like winning a lottery 2 weeks in a row, with the same numbers. I don't want to fud it or anything, but that's just my take on it. Anyway, okay, so yeah, we've certainly got some news moving around at the moment. So SEC will soon rule out XRP as a security, according to Ripple's chief marketing strategist. So yeah, they've been working on this one for a little while, and obviously, as with the sort of whole variety of these things, they keep getting postponed and put off, because I think the trouble is that the people that make the rulings just do not understand any way, shape or form what cryptocurrencies are, what blockchain is, and everyone's just left sat there scratching their asses going, gee George, I don't know, George. And no one can make a freaking decision, which is quite frustrating, because it's been explained to them so many times. So that's my take on it. Anyway, again, it would be wonderful if this is ruled as not being a security. It will make life a bit simpler, and it means that they can get on with whatever regulatory bits and pieces they want to put in to surround XRP. And that will be wonderful, because that means the price will move. Anyway, there's also been lots of information about. Oh yeah, sorry, that one's just rubbish. Well, it's not rubbish, but it wasn't what I was wanting to speak about. So this one here, there was a move of $50 million worth of XRP in 2 seconds, spending just 30 cents on fees. I mean, crikey, how good is that? I'm sure that like me, many of you guys have moved, Bitcoin and things around, and whatever, and you end up getting stung with the fees, and you think, oh, bloody hell, especially when you're only moving small amounts as well, like most of us do. Most of us don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of crypto, but again, in 2 seconds. And this is where they're looking at XRP for the financial industry, because it can move huge amounts in no time at all, unlike Swift, where it can take days, to sort of certify and all this sort of stuff. And the fees are quite extortionate even, I can't even pronounce. So like with that, I just can't see. This has got to take off, hasn't it? It's got to. It's like going back to the 80s and 90s when pagers were the way you got messages. And then the mobile phone came along where it could send text messages or SMS messages. Obviously that's now old technology that no longer exists, but at the time it was cutting edge. Everybody used it. Everybody looked at the mobile and was like, oh, look at the size of this thing, and it was big and bulky, and so now it's the thing that everybody uses. So that's my take on Swift against XRP, is that sooner or later it will become mainstream. I just think it would be ludicrous for it not to. Anyway, what else have we got? So, Ripple officials talk about the advantages of XRP Ledger and the further prospects with XRapid. Again, sort of reflecting on what I was just saying. Sort of the world's banking industry is looking at this stuff, and how it all comes together. And again, this will become mainstream banking. It will. It has to. There's no two ways about it. Unless somebody comes up with something else overnight, or somebody's been working on something that nobody knows about that can topple these guys. It has to. It's evolution. This is technological evolution, people. Welcome to the 21st century, because this shit's going to make people rich. Still not sure it's going to be the 589, but not by the end of the year anyway. But this shit is going to make people rich. Okay, what else have we got? Lots of adverts. So yeah, experienced bullish trends after the listing on Robinhood. Yeah, so XRP was listed on Robinhood, and it's going to be listed on Robinhood. I don't know when it is actually. I think it's sometime next week. Let's see what it says on here. So yeah, there was obviously again a lot of hype. Whenever a coin's listed on a new exchange, there's always people that are eager to pick it up. So naturally, that causes a bit of a bull run on the crypto. However, again, we are in such a bearish market at the moment, guys, that this thing can hit Robinhood. We can make gains of, say, just for argument's sake, say we make gains of 30%, and with the market being so bearish, we end up with another downturn. That's just going to wipe any gains out, which is sad, but realistically, that's what's going to happen. Any gains that are going to be made are soon going to be swallowed up by the bearish market at the moment. So, again, don't get too eager with this kind of news. Our time will come, guys. Our time will come. Stay true to the cause. Okay, will there be a Swift Ripple partnership soon? Well, interesting to know what you guys think about that. I really would be, because me personally, it's a bit like it's a bit like Swift is the kind of the old guy that's going out the door, the predecessor, that's being kicked off of the throne. If it had a chance of saving itself by partnering with XRP, would you not think they would take it because they could see their doom? I think they would. I really do. Why wouldn't they? If their product is about to completely and utterly collapse, jeopardising their entire business, and say XRP said to them, well, I'll tell you what, guys, right? How about we go into a partnership, because you could utilise our XRP, and we could utilise your already existing platform, your already existing contacts, your already existing client base, and we can split profits here. I mean, come on. Why wouldn't they? Really, why wouldn't they? Then we're talking 589, hey? Yeah, not this year though. Still sticking by that, but then we would start seeing those kind of, absolutely exuberant prices. It would be there. It really would. Anyway, guys and girls, so that's pretty much a roundup at the moment. Now, what do we think of a price for end of year for XRP? So let's just have a quick look and see where we're at. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. Don't sell your children to buy extra crypto. All right. Anyway, that shit's illegal, I think, in most places. Don't sell your wife, your dog, your house, your car, to put money into the markets. Come on, we all know how volatile they are. Yeah, we aren't stupid. We know. We've seen it. Come on, most coins are down 90-odd%. All right. Anyway, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Right, let's have a look. So, obviously, here's our X-Rapid news story that took us up. And then we had this massive sell-off, people cashing out there, bought us back in. And, then we had, this is the spike where Tether went a little bit loopy last week. So, what do we think? What do we think? Well, let's make sure we don't clip those. We are really, really getting into it at the moment. La 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 la. Right, sorry about that. What do we think? Okay, what do we think of that, guys? How does that look? I reckon that's not bad. Right, anyway, okay. So, what have we got? Yeah, we're definitely... we're so running out of steam here. There's just nothing, is there? I mean, crikey, look at it. Look at the volumes. There's just nothing there. It really is just dwindling off at the moment in a real big way. It's even peggings, isn't it, really? I mean, when you look, bulls and bears. I mean, saying that, obviously the bears are a little bit stronger here. Bulls are really just running out of steam. It's so difficult to call this one. I think we've got to look at Bitcoin, and I think we've got to look at the very, very strong possibility that Bitcoin is going to end up going bearish. Sorry, Moon Boys, I really do think that. I don't want it to. I'd love to be proved wrong. I really would. I'm in the markets like everybody else, and I'm at about 60% loss at the moment. So I'm there. I'm feeling the pain just as much as everyone else. However, I know the markets will recover, so it's not bothering me that much. But we have to look at it in the aspect of, overall, we entered the markets. The markets have gone 10 months bearish now, with some significant drops. Some coins are sort of 90-95% down. I'd love to be able to say that I'm confident we're going to see this thing break and go skyward. However, I don't think we are. I think that we are certainly for the next, 2 months, maybe. Certainly for the next month, I think we're definitely looking at bearish. Don't forget that sort of around the 21st of November, a lot of the financial advisories and financial institutes and things start looking at what they're investing in for next year. And obviously, if they start to pick the crypto markets, then we could see, the ball start to run in. All we need is a bit of FOMO there, and off we go, guys, off to the moon. Anyway, I really do think that for the next month we are going to continue our bearish trend. I think that we're going to see. XRP. I think we're going to see it coming back down to around the 30. I reckon we're going to see it come back down to around the sort of 32 mark, 31, 32, and I reckon we're going to end up sitting back down on this line. I reckon we're, if we sort of draw across, we've got, a pretty sturdy case for it to sit back down here. This will become a support line at about 32, and I think that is what we're going to see. Okay, I know it's just me pulling this out of my arse, as people say all the time, but I think we're going to see us come down to about here over this kind of time period. Like I say, certainly into certainly into, let's get rid of that, and I reckon we're going to see it come down like this. I do. And then that takes up to about the 21st. Look at that. That ain't bad, is it? It's like spot on that. And then I think we should then start to see some recoverance. And hopefully, fingers crossed. Don't forget what we've got sitting here, guys, is we've got the whole market situation at the moment. The trend is bearish. We've got, we're getting close to Christmas. People have got money invested that are still in profit. They're going to want to take a bit out to pay for Christmas. So that's going to cause it to push down a bit more as well. Then Granny might decide that she wants to buy little Joey some crypto for Christmas, because he says, "Oh, Nan, this is the time to get in. Don't worry about inheritance. You square me away there, Nana." And Nana's like, "Oh, I'll get you some XRP, son. 589 that will be." Anyway, so yeah, that's what I reckon. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, have a good one. I will leave you to it. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. I am quite new to the scene, so I've only got like 19 subscribers, and shout out to my subscribers, boys. Love you all. Do hit the subscribe button. I do put out videos every once in a while. Well, quite regularly actually. A lot of it is just stuff that's floating around on the markets, but I'll bring it to you guys so you don't have to go searching for it. My technical analyses are my own. Obviously, it's very hard to predict what is going to happen in the markets, but we have to look at the trends and blah blah blah. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Adios.